又来了一位能够在黑暗中行走的绝顶强者。
本君的分身，准备去收他们的魂。
时机到了。
大雪黑天，杀人好时节。
No need to wait for the next episode. The full audio novel is already available on my website. Check it out below dowaudio.org. The battle outside the ruins raged through the night. At dawn, the earth trembled as the indomitable divine beasts returned. The moment they collapsed, their flesh dissolved, leaving only skeletons half buried in the soil, just as Qin Mu had first seen them. Darkness receded like a tide, and sunlight poured down. The remaining strange beasts slipped out of the ruins and scattered in all directions. Qin Mu lit a fire to prepare breakfast. The Taoists did the same, eating in silence, each keeping to themselves. The dragon Killin produced a wash basin he had long hidden and set it before Qin Mu, waiting expectantly. Qin Mu filled it with scarlet fire spirit pills, then poured jade dragon lake water into another basin. After eating its fill, the dragon Killin moved on with Qin Mu. The Taoists exchanged glances, put out their fires, and followed. Qin Mu suddenly stopped and turned with a smile. "Can I help you, senior brothers?" One Taoist scoffed, "The great ruins are vast. Is this your home? We go our way, you go yours." Qin Mu only smiled and continued forward. They set out early and reached the end of Surging River before sunset. Spotting a dilapidated village, Qin Mu's eyes lit up and he headed toward it. The Taoists followed. The village lay in decay, cobwebs everywhere, even the stone statues worn by time. Strangely unlike other ruins, not a single beast had come here for shelter. "This place feels off," Long Jiaonan murmured. As she spoke, darkness fell, and the air turned bitterly cold. A lone boat drifted in from the void, a dim lamp hanging at its bow. Beneath the light, an old man calmly folded paper figures, humans, horses, and boats. He stepped ashore. A chill ran through everyone as if their souls were freezing. The old man released a paper boat, which drifted away. Suddenly, one Taoist realized he was standing on it, gliding silently into the darkness. Shocked, he looked back. His body was still sitting in the village. That was only his shell. "Dao brother!" Qin Mu stepped forward, activating the Saturn Sovereign Earth Marquis technique. His form shifted into one with a human head and a serpent's body, while a gate of heaven appeared behind him. Speaking in the language of Yudu, he addressed the old man and took out several portraits. "Have you seen these people before?" The elder glanced at the portraits and nodded. "I've seen them. They came to ask for directions." A chill spread through the Taoists. Though he stood right before them, his face remained indistinct, blurred beyond recognition, as if he were not truly alive. No matter what methods they used, they couldn't see him clearly. Even Dutian Devil King stayed silent, fear gripping his heart. This elder was a messenger of death from Yudu, a divine subordinate, tasked with handling the boundary between life and death. Such beings existed in many worlds, guiding souls, capturing the dead, or hunting those who had escaped fate. Dutian Devil King had once witnessed them after a world-ending war. The land had been filled with corpses, the sun extinguished, and darkness eternal until countless lights appeared, each borne by messengers like this one, escorting wandering souls away. Back then, he had tried to resist and nearly lost his own soul. "Where did they go?" Qin Mu asked respectfully. The elder pointed into the darkness. "Carefree Village. But they will never find it. A messenger of death awaits them." From the river came the sound of water. Pale, drenched figures emerged and walked silently toward the village. Paper boats drifted out to meet them, carrying them away into the darkness. Terror gripped the Taoists. Two of their companions stood frozen, and in the distance, their figures appeared again, already aboard the departing boats. "Don't look at him," an old Taoist warned. "If your eyes meet his, your soul will be taken." Qin Mu's tone grew even more respectful. "May I ask for directions to the real Carefree Village?" The elder only pointed into the darkness and said nothing more. Qin Mu frowned. That direction led to the realm of the dead Fengdu, not Carefree Village. Yet no matter how he asked, the elder gave no other answer. Silence fell. Even the dragon Killin had fallen asleep. After a while, the elder vanished into the darkness, and warmth slowly returned. Only 3 Taoists remained alive. Qinmu studied them, then smiled. You seem unfamiliar. Where are you from? The older Taoist replied, We are master and disciple from Heavenly Star Catcher sect. I am Taoist Qi Yun. This is my disciple Xiao Yun. The others were taken. Shema nodded. Sect Master Lu Xinghe was your master. He passed away, Qi Yun said quietly. The night deepened. Snow began to fall. Sensing something wrong, Duty and Devil King nudged the dragon Killin awake, but the creature lazily fell back asleep. The snowfall thickened, blanketing everything in white. Then from the darkness, a voice chanted a Buddha's name. Light approached. A chubby, big-eared monk stepped into the village, palms pressed together. Behind him followed a towering, muscular figure covered in black hair like a demonic ape. Yungun, the ape cried. Chinma froze. Big fella. It was the devil ape now transformed. The ape excitedly explained in broken words that the monk had found and taught him, then returned to bring him away. Qinmu was stunned. Anyone who could travel through the darkness like this monk was no ordinary being. He was on the level of the greatest masters. Fear returned to the remaining Taoists. Every terrifying figure here seemed to know Qinmu. Even Qinmu himself felt uneasy. This monk, Little Rulai, was a powerful demon cultivator, a being of immense strength. Little Rulai looked at him calmly. Do you remember ruining my merit? I remember, Qinmu replied. Before tension could rise further, laughter echoed from the darkness. Another figure entered, a man in a bamboo hat. Taoist Ling Jing, Qinmu exclaimed. The man smiled. You still owe me Fengdu coins. Qinmu coughed awkwardly. I spent them. Then repay me later. Ling Jing turned to Little Rulai. A perfect night for a fight. Shall we? Agreed. The two vanished into the darkness. Silence returned. Then, at the first crow of a rooster, the darkness retreated. In that instant, everything erupted. Qinmu, the Taoists, and the others struck at once. The dragon Killin roared, revealing its true form and crushing a lunging red snake. Qinmu charged Qi Yun as countless swords clashed, while Duty and Devil King blocked from behind. The devil ape leaped forward, smashing down with his staff. A flash of sword light pierced Qi Yun. With a flick of Qinmu's finger, the blade swept across, cutting down Xiao Yun in a single motion. Long Jiaonan seized the snake, shrinking it before fleeing into the sky and vanishing into the distance. The bodies of Taoist Qi Yun and Xiao Yun fell with a dull thud. Qinmu sheathed his sword and looked up. Long Jianan had already fled, carried away at great speed by the red snake far beyond pursuit. She'll be taken by the messenger of death tonight, Qinmu muttered. A pity we couldn't finish her. She's clever. She escaped once before in Heavenwave City. The smooth victory had relied on perfect coordination. Qi Yun was powerful, especially with his sword techniques, but Duty and Devil King had blocked his attacks, allowing Qinmu to strike decisively. The devil ape's overwhelming strength stunned him, while the dragon Killin pinned down the red snake, leaving Long Jianan unable to intervene. Still, her escape meant future trouble, though alone she posed far less threat. Qinmu turned to the devil ape. Did Little Rulai give you trouble? The ape shook his head. Kong, he said, pointing at himself. Qinmu paused, puzzled. A one-word Dharma name. The ape said nothing more. It's good you're cultivating under Little Rulai, Qinmu said. He's qualified to guide you. They parted ways. Following the direction given by the messenger of death, Qinmu pressed deeper into the great ruins. Long Jiaonan's presence was gone. He sat atop the dragon Killin, while Duty and Devil King stood guard, scanning all directions. As they advanced, the beasts grew stronger, but Qinmu's knowledge of territories kept them safe. Beyond this lies the eastern heavenly gates, Qinmu recalled. Suddenly, the dragon Killin stopped. Blood. They followed the scent and soon found Taoist Ling Jing leaning weakly against a tree. Taoist Ling Jing. Gemma halted. There's a restriction, don't cross it. Ling Jing coughed, blood spilling from his lips. Sharp eyes. I set it to avoid beasts. Qinmu stepped forward. Let me treat you. After the restriction was lifted, Qinmu quickly worked, applying dragon saliva for external wounds, spirit pills for internal damage, and crafting medicine on the spot. Ling Jing's condition improved visibly. A sword god's disciple with such medical skill. He said, surprised, Why not become my disciple? I'm the heavenly devil cult master, Qinmu replied calmly. Ling Jing laughed, then bowed. Then we are equals. After stabilizing his injuries, Ling Jing spoke again. Little Rulai is powerful, but he's injured too. Without a healer, he'll need years to recover. Qinma nodded, then asked about his missing elders. Ling Jing hadn't seen them, but he had encountered a blacksmith carrying a chest incredibly fast and strong. That's Grandpa Mute. Qinmu said, his spirits rising. He entered a dangerous, restricted area, Ling Jing replied. I didn't follow. Qinmu's expression grew serious. Then he asked, have you heard of Carefree Village? Ling Jing shook his head. After a moment of thought, Qinmu said, can you take me to the living realm of the dead? Ling Jing smiled. At night I can. When darkness fell, Ling Jing guided them into the overlapping world between life and death. Using a Fengdu token, he summoned a guide. They crossed into a strange realm of fog-bone mountains and drifting silence. A skeletal ferryman brought them to the docks of Fengdu. What are you here for? Ling Jing asked. Your cultivation is too weak, even your soul isn't worth much here. Qinmu didn't answer. He walked forward past an empty village until a massive structure came into view. The moon ship. I'm here, Qinmu said quietly, to borrow a ship. Before Ling Jing could react, Qinmu rushed forward and leapt aboard. His jade pendant began to glow intensely. A trembling voice echoed across the ship. You're from Carefree Village. At the center, a massive face lay embedded in the ground, staring at him in terror. I didn't betray them, I only escaped. Ignoring the cries, Qinmu reached out and touched one of the towering pillars. Don't touch it, the voice screamed. Too late. A terrifying surge of divine power flooded into Qinmu's body. Bones cracked. Flesh expanded. His form grew larger and larger, mutating under the force. A third leg burst from his back, new arms formed, and his body towered upward. He grabbed more pillars. The world seemed to shrink, but it was he who was growing. Explosions echoed within him as divine treasures opened one after another. 6 directions, 7 stars, celestial being. Life and death. Even the divine bridge formed, reaching toward the far shore. Faimarorid. The massive moonship trembled and slowly began to rise. Taoist Ling Jing's expression changed sharply as he retreated. Even from thousands of yards away, Qinmu's overwhelming aura made it hard for anyone to stand steady. Beneath Qinmu's feet, the Moon Guardian's face was crushed into the ship. The last of the Moon Herders died, fully merging with the moonship. Ling Jing was stunned not by the death, but by Qinmu's transformation. In the realm of the dead, all living beings should lose their flesh, reduced to skeletons. Yet Qinmu not only regained his body, he grew larger, radiant like a god. He had broken the laws of this world and taken the place of the Moon Guardian. The power he wielded was unimaginable. Ling Jing had touched those pillars countless times, yet nothing had ever happened. Only the Moon Herders could withstand such energy, and even among them only a rare few. But Qinma was human, and yet his body adapted effortlessly as if made for it. What incredible power! Qinmu felt his strength surge beyond comprehension, his former power now insignificant, like a drop in the ocean. With a single gesture, he felt capable of reshaping the world itself. Rings of moonlight flowed over him, like liquid sinking into the ship beneath his feet. But this power came at a cost. His body was beginning to merge with the moonship. Like the Sun Guardian before him, Qinmu was paying with his life. The longer he controlled it, the more it would consume him. He had to act quickly. Senior brother Ling Jing, thank you, but I must go. Ling Jing nodded and stepped aside. Boom. The moonship took a step 10 miles in a single stride. With thunderous force, it left Fengdu, dragging the shattered black moon behind it. Within Fengdu, powerful beings watched but did not intervene. Bathed in radiant moonlight, Qinmu strode through the darkness like a celestial god. Every divine treasure within him was fully awakened, overflowing with energy beyond limits. The ship's ancient formations poured power into him, pushing him past the divine bridge into the realm of gods. Carefree Village, I'm coming. His jade pendant lifted and flew ahead, guiding him. The moonship accelerated, tearing through space. Lightning split the sky as meteors rained down from the broken moon, leaving fire and smoke in their wake. Inside the ship, abandoned palaces stood, silent remnants of the fallen Moon Herders. Duty and Devil King and the Dragon Killin hid within one, unable to withstand Qinmu's terrifying presence. This world, Duty and Devil King muttered, shaken, it's far beyond what I imagined. Creatures of the darkness surged forward, massive, monstrous, but they were crushed effortlessly beneath the moonship. Devils swarmed as well, shrieking as they tried to board. Lightning struck them down, their bodies falling like rain. Then, A colossal shadow emerged. Kandra Nava, a voice echoed. A 9-headed demon beast descended wreathed in dark clouds, unleashing blazing flames toward Chin-Mu. Garuda, Dutian Devil King, gasped. Moonlight shielded Chin-Mu. Then, an eye opened on his forehead, glowing like a full moon. A single beam of white light shot forth, cutting through darkness. The 9 heads fell from the sky. Silence. The eye closed. Dutian Devil King trembled. I'm never invading this world. The moonship continued forward until suddenly all devils retreated. Ahead, Chin-Mu's jade pendant struck an invisible barrier. Ripples spread across it like water. Beyond it, another world began to emerge. Carefree Village.